We should be. I'll be fixing the chat here real quick. And if someone give me a 5x5, that'd be super duper. I'm very surprised that people got notifications because it literally on the YouTube side, it literally just comes over instantaneously. So yeah, you're one of the good ones. You got it all lined up over there, don't you? Mm-hmm. 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 Hopefully you guys can hear me okay. Looks like we've got Scorpions Metals in the house. First, let's see, Fishing Guy. I received notification this time. Perfect. Number two. And Sean says, I actually received a notification. There we go. Yes, I got it. Yes, I got it. We're going to give a few seconds for people to come in. I think that the amount of people that we have in here is not sufficient to begin. There is a price of entry that we must pay. I will be opening the ice cold IBC root beer. Yes, I will. Yes, I will. Hopefully, you guys are having a great end of your hump day. And yeah, I've got one more video coming out later on today. If you're interested, you'll watch it. If you are not, you will not. You may notice that there have been a few changes, just minute ones, just minute ones. I'm kind of reacting to some things that were brought to my attention. That were brought to my attention. And you know, I'm not. If anything, I'm a little overly humble, or I do everything to fight back being this snarky little shit because after 20 years of not putting up with anybody's crap, sometimes it's difficult to listen to people. But even if they are just complete, I don't know, terminal lances. We'll call them terminal lances. If you know what that is, you know what that is. So today we're going to be doing things just a little bit different. I got a cat stuck in here. I got a cat stuck in here, and now he's going to start acting stupid. I checked the room before he, oh, but he was tucked away in a corner someplace, and now we're going to give him a chance to figure it out. And we're not going to get up just yet. Maybe we'll get up at the halftime and still. Drinking IBC while driving in front of a cop. I know, right? I don't know that a lot of people drink beer out of bottles anymore. I haven't even had a sip of this thing yet. Oh, it's so good when it's ice cold. It's so good when it's ice cold. Anyway, so we're going to do something a little bit different here. I've done this in the past. Some people like it. Some people don't like it. I actually stole it from that Russell guy, the comedian turned actor turned super drug head turned disappeared for a while, turned back to being a comedian, and now he's got a giant YouTube and Rumble presence. Russell Brand, that's his name. And one of the things that he did to kind of make it so that he had multi-platform dispersion properly was is he would tell people we're going to talk about the stuff over here, but then the stuff that they won't let us talk about, we're going to go talk about it over there. And up until several months ago, you did not have the ability to do that without having a team of network developers and things like that. Now, supposedly, I just flip a switch and a feed gets turned off. We're going to find out at the halfway point. We're going to find out at the halfway point. Now, if you want to continue, we're going to be talking today about some of the financial issues that are going to be coming your way that people have stopped talking about. Ever since Captain Red Tie took over, people just got this sense of calmness. I got something in my dang eye. They have this sense of calmness that is so ridiculously stupid that it's time to start talking about it. Okay. You guys know I don't do the fear porn. I just talk about the things that are actually happening. And I don't want to be. I mean, I'm not anything I say to you. It's not like I'm preparing you for the worst. No, that's not it. I'm just talking about it. I'm just talking about it. I do have a little bit of experience. I didn't just do 4 years someplace and then pretend I knew everything about that stuff. I've got a lifetime of this kind of stuff. So let's see. There's a link in the description. Should be on the YouTube side. I made sure it was there. It's for the Rumble page. If you don't follow me on Rumble, this would be the opportunity to do that. I have over 800 followers over there. I'm not worried about it. I technically have like 1,000 because I have this other side channel that I don't know. It just kind of like is there. I don't. I think what happened was is when they were changing Rumble, they kind of like duplicated a lot of people's channels and they feed each other. So I kind of have two of them, but if you just look for Local Prepper over there, I'm still just the Local Prepper over there. You'll find me, but there's a link for the Rumble. All right. So about halfway through this live stream, we'll do a commercial break here and there, and then I'm going to say, okay, now if you want to continue on, we're going to talk about some cooler stuff over there, and I'm going to put you guys on a break for about 2 minutes, and then I'm going to flip a switch, and the YouTubes will be off. And if you want to watch more of my YouTube videos, another one will drop later on today, just a regular old video. People complain about Rumble on their phone. It can be finicky. I was using it earlier today. It worked just perfect. I didn't have a single problem. It was huge. It was great. Let's see. Check chat real quick. Cole says, "Do you have a link to your Rumble?" Yes, there's a link in the description. It should be right underneath the description area, and like you'll see it. It's the first one. It's the very first link. And Oops says, "They're all in on it." They're all in on it. That's the way it is, Oops. And good to see you, my friend. Oops, that's kind of funny, Oops, because I actually believe that I'm in top chat. I'm in top chat. Unfortunately, I don't think I can change, but I'm gonna try. Let's see here. Let's pop that chat out. And I don't think. I think when I import it over to my chat thingamabob inside of the transmission software, that it doesn't really care. But I always try to pop it out and keep an eye on it anyway, just to do it, just to do it. Okay, so with all that said, it looks like all the gauges are green and the lights are blinking. Go, go, go. Um, we need to talk just a little bit about um some things, some stuffs. Actually, just some financial facts that are happening in the last 30 days that you should definitely be aware of, because if you have not prepared financially, then yeah. Do you see any product? Do you use any product for your beard? I do not. I do not. I want to thank my most recent nutbag hater for showing me that I kind of let some stuff go. I kind of, as you can tell, things look a little different, guys. Things looking a little bit more dapper. I want to thank you for noticing, Cole. Um, but I just the beard was getting a little crazy. The hair hadn't been cut in 6 months. It was pretty. I was starting to look like I was a little mad. You know. And nobody likes that kind of crap. That's some loser stuff. Anyway, I do not use any product. What I do is I do wash my beard with Head and Shoulders, and the reason I do that is because that will actually stiffen your hair. And also, believe it or not, people with beards can sometimes develop what is it? Dandruff on their face, and dandruff is actually a growth. It's not just like flaky skin. It's actually an actual growth. It's bad for you all the way around. So the last thing you want to do is like having dandruff on your face. And I don't have that problem, but I use it to stiffen my beard. Um, Wild Man Prepper. I don't know who that is. Um, but The that's all I use. That's all I use. And then after I take a shower, I'll take a blow dryer and I'll comb it and blow it straight up, and then I'll blow it straight down and let it dry, and then I just comb it a little bit. That's it. No producto. The girlfriend would like me to put product in it. I think I put oil in it for. No, no, no. I use the wax. I'll do wax from time to time, like we're gonna go out and get drunk or something like that. I'll use the wax just so that I'm protected while I'm drinking, so the liquor dribbles off of my hair and doesn't get. so that the pizza sauce at 2 a.m. doesn't get stuck in my hair. Okay, so let's take another sip and we're gonna get on. We need to get on point because I need to give YouTube the fair shake that it deserves. It looks like there's 12 people in here, and not all 12 people have checked in, so please do so. Do not be a slacker. All right, so we need to talk about some warnings about a financial, it's basically impending financial risk. Okay. Um, there are stuffs. I gotta quit talking like that because it's like, there are warnings out there that there are conditions that are leading to major economic collapses. And when I say collapses, there is a what they call the uber or mega bubble, and it is a combination of multiple different areas of the economy. And when one goes, they're all going to go. It'll be a cascade effect. Some of it has already started. This is not like the end is nigh. There's not going to be any runes that aren't actually runes. They're actually more like Lord of the Rings scribbles on a wall anywhere that tell the future or the past about anything. They're they're real things that are actually happening right now, like currency failure, bank closures, some people having loss of access to their savings, and this is starting to accelerate in the Western world. uh, Bank failures, fraud and corruption exposure. We have all seen those things start to unfold around us. It doesn't mean we're all going to die tomorrow. It just means that our current economic system is very shaky right now, and this kind of erodes trusts, and it's already very, very visible. It's already very visible. I really need to get one of those boom mics because this microphone is not bad, but I got to keep moving it around on the table to keep it close enough. Because if not, then I sound like I'm in a tunnel over here, and then I've got to do this and get close to it and stuff like that. Um, but there's a historical pattern, all right, that every major collapse follows, and it's like a similar sequence, um, that the of like excessive government spending turns into a growing deficit, money printing. We saw that. Thank you, Mr. Blue Tie. Then inflation, then loss of confidence in the markets, and then your currency starts to get viewed as worthless paper. They really, really were trying to do that like 4 years ago. Like, no, less than 4 years ago, right? Um, obviously everybody uses the example of, Weimar Germany, 1923, hyperinflation, you know, bread costing hundreds of billions of marks. Everybody likes to talk about Zimbabwe, Venezuela, Lebanon, and all the others. But the reality is that, you know, people that have done everything right could still lose everything. They could still lose everything. Before we get into that, I'm going to check the chat, see what's going on here. Let's see here. Cole says, haven't been in a bubble for quite some time with quantitative easing. I have heard it is inevitable we have a crash. Yes, quantitative easing was one of the dumbest things that was allowed to happen ever. I have to go let the cat out of this room because he's laying on his back with his feet under like trying to claw the bottom of the wood of the door to get out. 1 second. I'm coming. I'm coming. I'm coming. Here you go. Come on. And in like 10 minutes, he'll be mad because he wants to be back in here. He should have been a girl cat. Cole says, in my opinion, let me move this window over here real quick. In my opinion, the dollar will have to be worth even less to onshore manufacturing. I don't know, man. I think that the tariffs have really offset that. Oops says it was created as a bubble to pop one day. That's one way of doing it. That's some tinfoil hat stuff right there. But yeah. I mean, that's one way to think about it. It's one way to think about it, you know. But you know, what before the brief interruption by the great cat named Worm, um, we were getting ready to talk about the people who have done everything right and how they still might lose everything. So to expand on that, many who pay taxes, they follow the rules, uh, they trust the media, they trust the government, you know. The banks even could end up penniless, you know, when the banks lock the doors and savings are evaporated. Because if everybody didn't know that, all banks in the United States now, to include credit unions, now have bail-in clauses where they take your money because you're a member and and you're part of us. You know, I guess the real question isn't if currencies fail, but what holds value when they do? You know, fiat currency, obviously, from the Latin "let it be done." If you didn't know that, you know, it will inevitably fall short. Inevitably, I don't know why I can't say that word. Inevitably fails historically. Basically, values migrate to certain assets during a collapse. And there are some signs of the current cycle ending. This is how all the economists will try to figure things out for us. And, you know, they're paid lots and lots of money to predict what's going to happen in the market. So, and some of those indicators, those little threat ticks, are a rising corruption exposure. Gee, what's happened with that? And please don't talk to me about people going to jail for that, because only the little guys will go to jail for that. Anywho, put it in the chat. If you think big guys are going to jail, put a one. If you think all the little guys are going to jail, put a number two. The other things are like crumbling trust in media slash government, you know, and power consolidation. You know, a good example of that is the EU slash UK and migration to hard assets already occurring. What that really means is that people are moving their money from soft assets like paper to hard assets like gold and silver. Unfortunately, a lot of that's paper too, because there's just not enough. They could never fail. If everybody wanted their paper money, their paper gold turned into real gold, it's not possible to do it. There ain't that much gold in the world. They oversold that stuff, is what they did. Um, Oops says zero. But before we get into the actual factors of it, I guess let's go to the chat. Let's go to the chat. We're 26 minutes into this. Cole says, well, I'm sorry. Oops says, where are we at here? It was created as, okay. So Oops says method of control, Depop, monopop, brainwash. Okay. Okay. Yeah. Cole says, do you think we could move back to a gold-backed dollar with Australia economics, or is it too late? Oh, it's been too late. You know, if you look at government spending um, pre and post Nixon, it's like this. Poof. It was put on a launch pad, basically a ballistic angle. It was just like going, and that never stopped. It never stopped. Um, there, the re, so the requirement to be on the gold standard is that we have enough gold to meet the standard. Okay, to back all of these pieces of paper, right? Um, and there's not enough gold. Okay. The other piece of that is that it would also required it would also require the federal government to basically balance the checkbook every year. Okay, because it would basically like prove that there's not money in the till. You see what I'm saying? There'll be lots of talk about how we take it in, we put it out, it all comes out in the wash, and those statements would all be true. But at any point we stopped and said, let's balance this puppy, you'd find out very quickly that there's not enough money in the till. And where did it go? Where did it go? Well, it got spent. That's where it went. It got appropriated. Okay, so I don't think it's possible. With that said, basically, there's some basics. Like I always try to make sure that I'm doing something that is like going to be good for you and that you're going to get some kind of information out. Like I've told you some good stuff so far, right? But now I'm going to tell you about some things that you can probably actually do. Now, when we talk about making sure that you are financially stable or capable of outlasting an economic downfall, you have to talk about assets. Okay. And I think obviously the number one thing is precious metals, gold and silver, universally, and it's the first, it's the most reliable safe haven. It cannot be printed. It requires real effort to produce, and it actually preserved the purchasing power in Weimar or Weimar, Germany, as well as Zimbabwe, Venezuela, Turkey. So, silver is more volatile. Obviously, it's industrial, but um, it often outperforms later. Whereas, there was a notable 4x rise from 30 to 120 ounces in 2025. So over time, it outperforms other precious metals. It's also viewed as insurance against systemic failure, um, not speculation. Okay. Um, so silver is the thing, and if you got some gold, yeah, yeah, yeah. And I'm thinking about doing a video on how to sell your precious metal and get some money because people are like, yeah, but I can't just take it someplace and get some money. And you're kind of right and you're kind of wrong, but there are actually companies out there that will buy your precious metals. You just have to follow their rules. So if you're interested in seeing a video like that, do me a favor, put a one in the chat. Be productive. Be together. That was almost like my Bill Cosby noise. Um, Another thing you can think about is foreign currencies, like current foreign currencies. You can go down to some national bank or like what they call a national bank. You can do it at an airport, and you can say like, "Hey, I want to like if you pay attention to other nations' currencies." And see if they have a strong trend on having a higher value than the US dollar. And then go to these places and buy their currency. You just give them however much money you got. Like I want to convert $100 into ooga booga bucks. All right. And they'll do that for you for a fee, and then you'll put that someplace safe. And that currency, although not spendable in the open market, um, or should I say, in the U.S. market, is still the same as holding gold or silver or whatever. Because literally, that company, literally, or that not the company, that country, literally has to fold for that money to be worthless. So you could go back to wherever you bought it from, and you're going to take a loss. This isn't about running the stock market. This is about making a nest egg. All right, so something to think about, something to think about. Um, Another thing is consumables. Now, this is more on the preparedness side, okay? This should speak to all of us, right? Consumables and barter goods, basically. You know what I'm saying? Barter town. But we know that'll never exist. At least I hope you understand it will never exist. Um, but basically, items with um, I mean, immediate utility become valuable when cash fails. Things like cigarettes, uh, um, food, fuel, medicine, batteries. They kind of act as short-term bridges during acute stress to normally the local economy. Okay. Um, I mean, they're not always long-term stores of value, but of critical exchange items when the system breaks. It's like you're not going to go, "Hey, Bobby, I got some silver. Can I get some gasoline?" I mean, I don't know if Bobby's going to be that savvy. I don't think the local Wally World or Shell gasoline is going to be setting up to accept silver anytime soon. Um, but the local owner of that gas station he might need to buy himself a shotgun for his new watchman. You see what I'm saying? And so having the ability to trade those immediate utilitarian type needed items is a good idea to have and be on hand with. And then obviously the last one I would say is owning your home, especially agricultural land. Land produces food, which never goes out of demand. And families with land um, endured better during the Depression, the Great Depression, versus urban dwellers. You know, preserves it preserves its value while or going through production, and it's not just price. You know, I would personally prioritize owning a home for security slash foundation, despite modern rent instead advice that some people are throwing out there that just need to be taken out and beaten for a while. All right, I'm going to go ahead and check the chat one last time here because we will be transitioning over to the Rumbles here shortly. We're actually 4 minutes over that transition period, so our break time will be even shorter. But before we do that, I wanted to watch this.
Oh, hello, wrong man, wrong man. 100 Oh, thank you very much. We order a zipper stitch using a wrong man wound closure device from Hanchai. Oh, honey, how you do? This is coming off or look like a bullshit. Oh, not very good.
Not very good at
Oh,
all.
you dead now. You use a wrong man, total garbage. Thumb it down. So you tried to order like the real one.
I ordered the real one from the website.
You ordered real zip stitches?
I ordered real zip stitches.
And then what happened?
And then
They sent you Rongamed.
this is what I got.
Rongamed. Wunda
Rongamed and Hansmed.
Hansmed.
Because they're not cheap.
No. They're also not good. We actually tried it on me first. Turns out I'm a little furry. Didn't stick, so we tried it on my wife. She's far less furry.
$14.
$14 for that piece of crap?
The big one's $28.
Oh, Rongamed, we take your money and your rifle. You're dead now.
Not impressed.
Not unimpressed, Rongamed. You know by refugeofnefical.com. We know have a Rongamed for you. We only sell real life-saving devices.
Did not do that.
Oh, it's not a do-rat. That's a dude's leg?
Somebody's leg. I don't know.
What the hell?
Okay, guys, if you didn't get the picture, they do their research at Refuge Medical. Why? Because they're the best medical supply and training company on the planet. There are others that come extremely close, but they're still the best. So, guys, use that code, save yourself 15%, spend $1,000, and I will make 32 cents. Okay, 33. I got to raise this year. I got to be honest with you. But if you saw my last post on from BitChute, I hit it rich. I made 18 cents or 88 cents last month. So, guys, Refuge Medical, you can't miss. Link in the description. You know what to do. Going to head back to the main now. Okay, there's a question in the chat before I run away. Let's see here. Tim made it. Woohoo! There we go. Let's see here. Do you know why silver crashed recently? I thought supply couldn't meet demand, and that makes the price inflate. Well, they can actually keep their thumb on the scale if they want to. Also, I would look at when somebody says crash or drop or whatever, I always manage my expectation of the results of their statement very cautiously. So I'm going to type in spots silver price. I'm going to go over to AP Max, is where I get all of my stuff. No, I'm not an affiliate. And silver spot has dropped since it dropped precipitously. Precipitously. So I could not tell you why. I would say you know what? Let's go to Grok. Let's go. Let's go to Grok, man. We're gonna ping Grok real quick. We're gonna answer this question out. Um, why has silver spot price dramatically dropped today? No. Today. Let's drop since 29 January 2026. Question mark, enter. I'm going to see what the mighty Grok machine says. You know what? Let's push the button. Let's see here. Silver Spot's price after hitting its all-time high. This is followed by one of the largest single-day declines in history. Silver plunged roughly 25-37%. Sources vary slightly on the exchange percentage, but commonly cited blah 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 for the losses. 78 around initially was around. The sharp reversal came after an explosive rally in January. Month alone, expectation. All right, so let's see here. Trump's nomination of Kevin Warsh as the next Federal Reserve chair. So people thought that. So people thought that. So people, and it's kind of stupid, right? So people thought that everything's going to be better and we don't need to buy any more silver. We don't need silver anymore because of a new Fed chair nomination. I'm not buying that. I'm not buying that for a second because that means that you're trying to talk about a commodity like like a stock. They're not the same thing. Let's see here. Overheated parabolic rally. That I'll believe, leading to technical correction. What's a technical correction? It's when people don't think that thing has as much value as they thought before. Yeah. Let's see here. CME margin hikes. The exchange raised margin requirements, forcing leveraged traders to unwind or liquidate positions in mass. So it was a stock market thing. Let's see here. Broader market dynamics, easing geopolitical tensions. I'm not buying that one either. That's stock market crap. All right. All right. That's crazy. That's some crazy stuff. That's absolutely crazy stuff. All right, let me finish with the chat here. Let's see here. I'm good besides my back. Cole, I didn't know you bad. Oh, that's right. That's right. That's right. All right, let's see here. I'm about to buy silver with my tax refund. Is Silver Eagle the way to go, or something I find cool? I'm not a fan of coins. I always buy just just flat out silver. Who basically it has who makes it. It's just flat out silver. I always buy it. Let's see here. I'm good. I'm good beside my back. I have a question. Tim has a question. Will Poobah hat be available? Yes, it will. I will show you how to make that happen. There's initial setup, but yes, it is available. Let's see here. Uh, rice, s- rice saving, rice saving devices. All right, let's see. I got my bleed control kit today. Looks good. Yeah, it's an awesome kit, dude. For the for the cost, you can't beat that kit. It's crazy. Cost versus value, 100%. Um, I'm pretty sure Rumble's kicking themselves in the or not Rumble, but Refuge. Like I said, they're the best in the world, but they're kicking themselves in the butt. If one dude can do this, if one man can do it, any man can do it. Like shoulder. Let's see here. Bunch of blah blah instead of short answer. Because JP Morgan Chase dumped their shit. Well, they had to. They had to do it because of the CME margin hikes. That's why. And this assumption that because JP Morgan Like, oh, we don't want our silver. Boom, they screwed the whole market up. No, there was margin calls. They had to do it. They got out of it because they were about to get hosed. Let's see here. They sold their shorts. Yeah. Let's see here. Claim 170 million ounces, and no way they have. And oh yeah, exactly. Excuse me. No dollar sign in that. I don't see what that is. 170. I don't know. You mean 1776? That better be what you mean. Oops. All right, guys. For those of you on YouTube, I want to thank you for hanging out with us. If you want to follow us over there on Rumble, we're going to talk about we're going to talk about some more fun stuff over there. I don't want to offend to offend anybody over here, but it's in the title. It's in the very title. What does this have to do with prepping? I'll wait. So, for those of you that know, you know. Anywho, YouTube guys, stay safe. Have a great day, and I'll see you when I see you. For those of you on Rumble and X, I will see you over there here shortly. Give me time to stretch my legs, like 2 minutes tops, and we'll be on it. Hopefully this works. All right, here we go.